Hey, what's happening, Baltimore Ravens fans? Welcome back to the Bald Perspective. On your way in, hit the like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you get updates when we upload new content. Let's talk. It's over. The 2025-2026 season is over, ending with a Seattle Seahawks victory, dominating fashion in the Super Bowl. Um, You all probably watched it for sure. If not, you've caught it on Sports Center. And this game was practically even from a defensive standpoint. Seattle kicked a lot of field goals early, and the Patriots had a shot. But then when you look at the game in its totality, it was never really that close. This was reminiscent of last year's Super Bowl where the Philadelphia Eagles harassed and bashed Patrick Mahomes into submission and destroyed the Chiefs. And we came out of last year's Super Bowl, if you remember, talking about how teams would build like the Philadelphia Eagles along the defensive front, so on and so forth. And Seattle, I don't think modeled themselves after Philadelphia, but their front was legit. And their back end complemented it very well. It's hard to even say which one was better, but those corners was in lockdown, aggressive mode. The front was eating most of the evening, and the Patriots really had no real shot. No real shot. The only way the Patriots could have won this game is if they could have got off some plays early and put some points up early. But the Seahawks, man, just went out and handled their business. Kind of reminiscent of not even just last year's Super Bowl, Philadelphia versus the Chiefs, but even go back to when they won the Super Bowl with the Legion of Boom, right? They were dominating in that Super Bowl against Peyton Manning and the Denver Broncos, and Denver had no chance in that game as well. And so shout out to Mike McDonald, man, for going to the West Coast, picking the right pieces to his puzzle, from his offensive coordinator to his quarterback to his defensive players. Some of these dudes along that defensive front were cast-offs and forgottens from other teams. Jaron Reed and Demarcus Lawrence and Leonard Williams, so on and so forth. And he grabbed those guys, put them in place, coached them up, gave them a scheme, gave them a strategy, and it worked. And so the hope is that as a Baltimore Ravens fan, we don't have to emulate what they've done, but we can take some philosophy to how Philadelphia did it last year, how the Seahawks did it this year, and put the right pieces in place. And we understand that it starts up front. Those defensive fronts we've seen the last two Super Bowls have been absolutely amazing and dominant. And so I'm going to begin to take a look at the Baltimore Ravens front, what we have in house, what we need in house, and what we can look to do as we head towards the combine, as we head towards free agency, and then after that, the draft. This is going to be an important off season when it comes to buying groceries, because Snyder, McDonald, Kubiak, and I can't remember who the DC is out there in Seattle. I'm not going to dismiss him because I know Mike McDonald calls his own defense, but they did an excellent job from top to bottom for that 53-man roster, and they got the job done. And so we need to take a peek at what they're doing. We need to take a peek at what Philadelphia is doing, because they've been getting it right from free agency to the draft to scheme to coaching fits, so on and so forth, man. So again, shout out to the Seattle Seahawks. And this week, man, we will be dealing with the Baltimore Ravens. Not can they get to the Super Bowl and win it? I've already stated that I thought that they could, but more or less, what do we need to do to put the right pieces in place? I think we have a rock solid coaching staff from everything I've read, everything I know about these coaches. And now I think we have to do the field work, right? Offensive line, defensive line. That's where it's going to start. And then we'll fill out everything as we go. And I even think that going out and getting one of the high end wide receivers who become disgruntled, whether it's A.J. Brown, Justin Jefferson, or Garrett Wilson up in New York, I think that can be put on pause because it hasn't been that number one wide receiver necessarily that has got these games over the hump. It has been the defense, specifically up front. So we'll tap in on tomorrow, get into some more conversations. But until next time, I'm out.